Oi, oi, how you doing? Today is Tuesday, the 15th of December 2020. This is episode number, let me check, bloody hell, 33. So here again, trading the UK horse races just like they would be financial markets. I do apologise for not being around yesterday. There were a few technical hitches, which meant I wasn't able to be up and recording, but here again today. Plan is to be here trading every day live on Twitch, Mr. Exchange Trader, and then uploaded daily to YouTube. I must thank the new followers that I've had on both Twitch and YouTube as well. Appreciate that. So let's kick off. I'm using a different mic today, so I'll just see how that compares to previous videos. But yeah, it's just testing us. But we've got 11 minutes 45 to the off, so it's a bit tight compared to my normal time frame, but let's see what we can see. Got very similar priced horses, so sixes, which means that there's let's look at the chart. So we've got this one here drifting. These two seem to be inversely correlated, so this one's come in, drifted. This one has is still coming in, if you like, and it's finding support. Okay, I'm gonna have to act a bit quicker on this, and I am up in stakes today as well, so I'm using £10 rather than 2. But I just don't want to rush in here, just because I can see some opportunities without getting a full idea of what we can play. So this one's come into its resistance at sevens, so potentially a break of that might be of interest. Obviously it could just find resistance and pull back down, but a break of sevens would be of interest. This one here, let's see if I can zoom in to get a read on what that price might be. It's difficult to read, but we've got this support. I'm guessing that must be sevens, so break lower on sevens would be that support, which would correlate, you know, if we saw a break of sevens here up and a break low of sevens here down, either going short on this or long on that would be options. This has been very bearish. Can't get an accurate read on the number, but it's probably going to be sevens again. So sevens seems to be quite a pivotal number here. And should have checked as well. You know, there's enough money coming through this. 48 grand matched. A little bit of vig in the book. I'd like to see that, you know, under 102%. But hey, we've got 9 minutes 45 seconds to the off. So let's see what we can see. Just notice this break as well. A bit late to the party on that one. That's just broken tens. Those two. This is breaking lower, that's breaking higher. So potentially going long on this. Alright, let's try it. And I do need to get my head round using these higher stakes now. And because we're using such high odds here, rather than tens on these, I've used fives. But yeah, that is today is really just going to be a level up from what I've been doing previously, where, you know, it's just cutting out before the off, using low stakes. Now I anticipate there's going to be a lot more of having to do partial exits with positions, so I need to get used to doing that. But got filled on this, so it's found support off of tens as I was anticipating. Got this moving in as well, so this moving past sixes would help my position. got 7.5 minutes to the off. Still signs of support on this, which is what I want to see. Got filled, so got a bit more wiggle room on that break even or stop loss. It's busted to make new highs there. So I've got, I mean, I can just drag this down to, you know, potentially try and get filled. Oh, look at these charts. Potentially get filled at what I deem as resistance here. Just going to try and do that actually. Just play a bit of a defensive role. Especially as I get used to these new stakes. I mean, it is just, you know, 5 times as much. Well, typically anyway. I've used £5 here rather than 10 on this one to start off with. But if that's anything, that's one of the things I think that's important when you know, change a. Screen this up while we still can. When you change, you know, position sizes, if you're trying to get organic growth in your account, then you just need to be aware when you change, you know, when you have more money available, it's still done on percentages, so you just need to get used to the new amounts that you'll be working with. So you may very well see a few errors today, who knows. Let's have a look. So the next one here, made some profit on that one. I forgot what it was. Let's just have a look. 49p. And the next one here. Oh, it doesn't save the settings. Crap. All right. I'm not gonna be doing this every time. There must be a global setting. So I'm just trying to save my settings so that the figures stay. Guessing it must be one of these columns markets. So just trying to figure out how to save this settings. Maybe
this event has been suspended.
Save settings. Okay, I think that's done it. So I'm not sure which one to save it under. This is the thing with this software, can be a bit it's very, very in depth. Sometimes, you know, it can be a bit too feature rich for my liking, and it can be a bit complicated to find the information you need, but it's a very powerful piece of software, BetAngel. But yeah, sometimes it does trip me up in terms of doing simple stuff. But so we've got a favorite here at twos. Got 20 minutes or 18 minutes now to the off. 18 minutes 40, 30 grand match, good enough. Favorite at twos, which has been coming in, broken its previous lows here, so it looks like it's steaming in to potentially punch for new lows. Second favorite is inversely correlated to that. This has come in, that's gone out, so we've got a nice seesaw action. This here is breaking new highs. It looks like it broke through fives and was started moving higher now, so it could be just finding support off of fives. That could be a good reference point to potentially get long. Third favorite here is flat, although it has come in, and then this one, so a break of these lows might be of interest. What is that? Sixes, and this one's also been breaking higher. Sevens maybe as a reference point. So there's a lot of opportunity here, but don't want to be too haphazard and just jump on everything. Let me just get a heartbeat for what's going on. Still got some time to work with. So certainly this at fives would be of interest. Let's start to reverse. I was going to say this at sevens, maybe. Alright, let's try it. So I've got two anticipating to, I've got open positions in two different selections. So should one get filled, I will cancel the others. It is a slightly riskier game because obviously if both of these get filled at the same time, I'm having to divide my attention and double my risk, which I want to avoid. Just looking at this out of the corner of my eye, it does look like it's flattening out, which doesn't necessarily help these positions because we'll see that bearishness continue and this bullishness in this one or this one continue also, but after I get filled, obviously. So this is, I'm being right on this one. This has moved off, but I haven't got any skin in the game, so c'est la vie. So we'll see if we can get filled on this one. It's a bit of a waiting game. How long we got? 16 minutes to the off. This could be rolling over now as it's found support, so just have to be aware of that. Got a reasonable Q position on this. Okay, so getting filled. And you can see, had that been a £2 stake, that would have been already been filled in full. But I'm now using bigger stakes, so only part of the position is getting filled. So that is that's the problem that that I want to deal with, to look into how to assess going forward. So that's the whole reason for using these bigger stakes now. Oh, good God, almost forgot about those. Don't want to do that again. So closed out those, focusing on this. £20 net stake in the market. I feel these might be a bit too big, these stakes. Should probably be using fives, but hey ho, this is part of the learning process here. I think fives at these types of levels, sevens and whatever, just feels a bit too strong. So yeah, I'm not. It's constantly a case of not thinking. My viewpoint is what's the risk, what could go wrong, and how can I manage that risk if it goes wrong. Let me just reassess this. Do I want to close that out? No. All right, I'll keep this in for this time. So this resistance does look like it's holding, and it's in fact gone off there. So I've made a profit on that. So that's 98p. Great. I mean, that's way over what I was doing previously, but I feel that £10 is too strong for that. It was too much. If you look back on, if you're on YouTube and look back on that, you see the risk per tick was just way out of kilter. So I'm thinking maybe yeah, I'm gonna have to give some more thought to this, but okay, that's all right. That's what, another profit there. 12 minutes to off. We'll move on to the next one. 27 minutes. Oh, bloody hell. Spacing on these is just... what is that? 70 grand. Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right. Might be a bit too early on this. Let's just see how they're spaced out through the day. 15, 15, 10, 10, 10. Okay. There's only a few that are 15 minutes apart. And after that's generally 10. Alright, let me just... I'll keep an eye on this one. But what I'm going to have to do is just have a staking plan where, like at 2s and maybe 5s... let me think. 2s. Yeah, maybe 2s and 5s. 10s would be okay. So 1 through 5... 1 through 5 would probably be okay at £10 stakes, and then above that maybe 5s. Yeah, sorry, just thinking out loud. It doesn't make the most riveting viewing, but yeah. So okay, 11 minutes to go. Let's just see what else, if we reevaluate for any other opportunities that might be here. Have to be cautious that I'm, jeopardizing any profits I've already made. So we've got the favorite here that is all over the place. So it's come in, looks like it's hitting resistance again, potentially to fall away or break higher. Bit of a tricky one to read, especially as I can't. Okay, so it's pulled back now, so that could be a lower high in the context of breaking higher to attack these highs again, or it could be just reversing to come back into those lows. It's a tricky one to trade for me because I can't get exact readings off of the chart to determine entry points. So not great. This has continued very bullishly, although it's come back into its lows to find previous low to find support. So this could just be a higher low where it punches higher again, and 5s is still the reference point on this, I believe. Was that 5? Yeah, okay. And this has just continued to steam. This has continued to drift. I just feel the time's ticking down a bit now. I'm tempted to attempt to get on this one. That hasn't punched higher as I'd want that within that period of time to have been punching for new highs. So that could be validated as a higher low, but it could be attacking this 5 to break it. I'm going to pass on this. I think I've run out of time and haven't acted enough to do anything about that, but I had made some profit on it, so hey. So next one here is 24 minutes to off here. Favorite has steamed in here, made new lows. It's currently at support level here where it struggled to move much lower, just above 1.4. So it's the lowest it's been. So for 1.42, so breaks of that could be of interest. This here, okay, found resistance at 7s. Obviously because the favorite here is so shortly priced, all of these other ones are much higher priced. So 7s is tradable, I think, at 5s. And then these ones here are just very highly priced, so I'd need to be careful if I consider any positions in those. But the inverse correlation between these two seems of interest. So maybe I should wait on the bounce or on the break. Yeah, actually, I don't want to be too hasty. So this is definitely okay. Right, now that's better confirmation. So it's broken 5s. Let me try and establish a position. Put in an aggressive one. It's aggressive because it's already broken and I'm trying to get in on that market. It doesn't offer as good value for money. But yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it if possible. and then I'll leave this one in at 7s, which is the price that I want. That would offer decent value. This looks like it's breaking lower as well. So arguably I could just jump on this to short this potentially, but this moving in is likely to see this move out, and I've chosen this one. So I've got a fill on that. Has moved down again. So just looking for, so here is where we need to manage this position. So this has gone against me. It has broken much lower. So what typically could happen here is it comes back into 7s to find resistance. So I've got £20 stake here to lay off. So let's see. So yeah, after it breaks, if this is punching for new lows for a complete reversal, typically what it will do is, punch to make new lows, pull back, and then persist with an impulse move lower. And the thing I'm struggling with here at the moment is just getting it should it should be just an easy transition in terms of thinking, it's 5 times as much in terms of the position size. But yeah, it's just it's a different feel. So I just need to be, careful not to be too overzealous and too overconfident. Because, the last 30 however many days, shown profitability, but yeah, can't let that go to your head. So this has rolled over. This has shown a very bearish move here. So the market's shown me, I've got to listen to what's going on here. This is it's still bearish overall, but it has shown some kind of bullish intent with that way it's rolled over. It's now encountering that resistance at its previous highs, which shows it could continue to move down if it doesn't break those previous highs. With this, we've had this move lower, very sharp move lower, that's kind of found support at 6s. So, if that is support, then it could just bounce a bit higher before potentially breaking and move lower, or just consolidate. So I've had to reposition my my exits based on that. I'm not as optimistic on profit. 1 2 3 4, okay, but I do feel at least there's a good chance of it coming back into the resistance of its previous highs there. Excuse me. How long we got? 18 minutes to the off. So some signs of bearishness here would help. Obviously some signs of bullishness here would help, but can't really, it's not really me hoping, it's sitting here and hoping, fingers crossed, and watching the position go against me. It's just waiting to see what the market tells me it could do next. Some of the money has gone out of the market. It's been a bit more stagnant in the last minute or so. Some big chunks of money there. I see £1,000 there that can help push this down. But guess a reference point at the moment is 6s here, holding as support. marginally rolled over, which is encouraging, but again, not counting chickens before they hatch. It's just a patience game, really, waiting for this. And again, if you're on Twitch, this is uploaded daily afterwards to YouTube, so you can find me on there. The link's in my Twitch profile. You can also see my progress over the last 32 days as well. What's happening? What is happening? So that is it's struggling with that as resistance. So this area here, basically where it's been just touching for the last few minutes, 6.6 is acting as resistance here. So the market hasn't really moved much higher than that. So it could be a sign that this is going to push lower, but also the favorite has also been doing this as well. So that's one of the reasons I've just held on this for this, at least for now, because it could mean that as this moves lower, this pushes higher. But same thing, this pushing higher could see this move lower. But as there's not any clarity on that as of yet, I'm going to hold out for a little bit longer. Got 14 minutes and a half to the off. And £20 to lay off. It looks like it's pierced through that resistance, obviously, when it's come back and it's ticked into where I'm at now on the touch. So that's good, at least for now. But yeah, definitely not out of the woods. This is this sign of bullishness. I mean, the lows have got, arguably low, or you can put a trend line against this, or if you take it further back from here and you had a trend line, then it would be pursuing, higher, moving higher lows. But yeah, you don't want to read too much into that because it can easily be broken. So we've got 13 minutes to the off. Okay, got filled on one of those positions, so lightened the risk slightly down to 15. What do we want to do? It's gone back into sevens. Oh no, it's not even at sevens yet. Sevens is where I've got my order. I mean, I have to think what I'm saying with the placement of these orders. Basically, I'm saying it has to break sevens. I mean, to 7.2 was its previous high, which is this level here. I've got one order outside of that. So I'm saying to make this profit target, it has to make a a new high, or pierce partially past its previous high. Okay. So play a little bit defensive here. So I've pulled down my highest order there to the mark to the touch to see if I can get out and reduce that risk further. Just because time is ticking down, the less time I have, the riskier it becomes with this type of trade that I do here, and the less control I have over how to manage it. Playing a bit of a defensive game here. You know, got to be ready to take a loss and say that I'm wrong, because I'm seeing, you know, there's bullishness coming in here, which is correlated to some bearishness here. This moving down. Attacking sixes again. Yeah, reluctantly, I'm going to move this down. Of course, I could just put it down into, you know, the market price and get out immediately. I do feel there's going to be some, you know, reversal, which we are seeing. So just try not to be too expedient, not too panicked, but at the same time, just you know, playing a defensive game, even if that means taking a bit of a loss. So looks like some pressure coming down on here, which could help at least see this push up to reduce my loss. It's the way it's attacking that 1.5. If that breaks, okay, there's also an opportunity cost in that me fussing over this, trying to, you know, save on a few ticks. My time could be better spent on the next trade. So it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. Certainly that breaking 1.5, or this, it's double topped, or this breaking sixes would not be good. Certainly not. It's holding a support at least for now. So 8 minutes to go. Yeah. Time to admit I was wrong on that. I mean, I might be right overall. This might come back in favor, but hey. So yeah, that's a loss. Have to chalk that up as a loss. So I need to think, and again, the whole point of doing this is to capture my progress, but also just to see how, you know, what needs improvement in the strategy. Definitely the money management staking plan is something that I need to have a clearer idea of. Perhaps add more. I mean, ideally I want to grow the account organically without, you know, adding money to it. So I need to think what would be a more appropriate price level for the given amount of capital. But let's have a look at the next one. So we have got 20 minutes to the off. Favorite coming in very strong. Second favorite drifting. So just blow this chart up. 2.75, just above it. Okay, so I'm guessing this. So this is the support, 278, which if that breaks lower than, could be of interest to short. This here, I think I'm pretty sure that's going to be 8s and support. Yeah, so 8s here is coming off of 8s to move higher. So certainly I'm going to stick with 5s on this one. So I've put one aggressive position in here and then 2 less aggressive ones. As I feel this is, this has got a drift on it. This is steaming in. So I could see this bullishness continue, or at least hit resistance. Will still allow me to take out a few ticks. Let's see how it goes. So looking to get a fill on this at my desired price before it moves off. So it's pulling back and it's finding support off of this. Just need to be careful that it doesn't break that support at 8s. No, it's not. No, it's producing a higher low. But I'm no skin in the game at the moment, so it's just waiting for that to come back in. Let's see if there's anything else that springs up. Just have a reorder there. Eight, yeah. I'm gonna hold tight with them, the speculative orders here. I don't want to chase this, even though I feel it's there's some bullish intent in there. And Fruit Shoot 82 is just asking, hear me talking about the price rolling over. What are the inherent differences between rolling over and a reversal of price, if any? I mean, when I say it's rolling over, all I mean is the price has it's more like a pullback. It started to pull back or retrace, correct. Those are all just terms for the same thing. A reversal is different from a correction. So with the price, it will tend to move. If we're looking at an uptrend, it will kind of go in a big move and then pull back, and then go and break those previous highs and move high again and then pull back. So those pullbacks are basically, retraces or potentially rolling over. A reversal is when it breaks that kind of trend. So rather than going higher high, higher low, it basically breaks one of the previous higher lows. So here, for example, if this support here, which currently we could deem as a higher low, if it breaks past that, then that's what I deem as a reversal, because it's not continuing to make those higher lows. It's in fact broken through, made a new, lower low. Probably haven't explained that well, but yeah, that's and as well, a lot of the terminologies I use, it's probably not even like, they're just terms that I've kind of come up with in terms of how it's the vernacular that I've come up for just describing what I see. It's not always actual terms. It's just ways I've created to describe what I see. But no, yeah, correction, pullback, those are all pretty, retrace, those are all pretty standard terms across the markets. So this is punching higher, but it's gone into 9s, Still no skin in the game. Got position on these, but just need to be wary that might not, that bullishness, although it's still there. You can see this here has started to, potentially reverse. So we've got this high low, and yeah, look, it's going into that resistance again, which makes the story for this less convincing to be long on. How long we got? 16 minutes. Okay. In fact, I'm starting to be quite bullish on this one. If that breaks threes, that might be interesting to be long on. Of course, it would correlate to this moving lower. All right, let me think about what I'm doing here. I'm going to cancel that. So, just take a step back for a sec there. I'm just trying to adjust this mic as well. So, I'm seeing this start to roll over, potentially move back into its back into eights. But I'm seeing this, the favourite, potentially reverse. If it goes into threes and breaks threes, then that's a bullish move, and that could see this break, break its trend and move lower, which is why I took out those orders, because I don't want to be, I don't want to be long on something that's effectively moving down. So 14 minutes. Okay. So those highs look like they could have acted as resistance. Quick reorder. Okay. So I'm basically adding back the same positions that I had before. In fact, let me, rather than do my usual move like that, I'm just going to cancel that. So just until I get used to this. I did see this start to show some signs of bearishness, which, this came back into its support at eights. So it's just reacting to that by, taking out those same entries as I did before. But this is now, rather than persist lower, it's attacking those highs again at threes. I've got I've got in on can't even speak, fucking hell. I've got in on this now. So I've got some skin in the game on this. I need, in fact, I need eights to hold, as I'm going to play this defensive. I'm going to play this very defensive. Get out of that. Just try and steal a tick, because I feel this could look to break those lows. So I've got out at support, which is fine, because it could from here break lower past eights to move lower, or do what I would have wanted, which is it move higher to these highs. But I don't know which this is going to do. And the signs here is that it could break lower. So that's one of the advantages of holding out for a better price, is because if you buy it on support mostly, mostly, sometimes turns into resistance. You see it in charts all the time. So by waiting out for that price there, I've just given myself a little bit more leeway on terms of how I might profit, or at least break even. So let me just see what the P&L for the day is so far. Still waiting for some to settle, but obviously I'm at a loss because of that trade. So started well. Ones that have settled were 49p, 98p, and it was £2 something loss. And I can't remember the other ones. This one here is what, 11p. So, all right, let's get ahead in the game. So next one, I'm going to move on to the next one now. So we've got 20 gram matched, 26 minutes to the off. A bit of vig in this book, could be tighter in my opinion. Very similarly priced front runners here, fives, very highly correlated as well. You can see it's just, I mean, they've drifted and then it's been quite flat. It's been quite flat. I would definitely say I have a bearish in consideration to these. So looking for these to break support, because the highs have been arguably getting lower and lows also. This here, we've got a clear area of support where the price is now going into as well. Can't get an accurate read on that because in the charts. But what I don't, these two are basically saying the same thing. So I need these ideally to start to diverge, which could be happening because this is breaking support, this is bouncing and finding support. Sorry, breaking off, bouncing off of support. Okay. So I'm fancying getting short on this second one, but I need to get a decent reading of where I might short at. All right. So looking to build a potential position in this, anticipating that this is going to continue with signs of bullishness, move higher, and this is going to continue with bearishness. But I have to wait on the fill. Might be smart to, what is that, 5.8. I'll take off one of those. Gallien, yeah, good day to you, mate, as well. How you doing? Hope you're good. So, got a fill. Looking for this bullishness, sorry, bearishness has continued. It's just pulling back now. So this is that correction or retrace or pullback that I'd anticipate in the price in a downtrend. But I'm looking to get filled for more and then anticipate then another, extended move, an impulse move lower. But ideally I want to get filled before that happens at a decent price. 23 minutes. Okay. So right at the front of this queue. So see if we can get motherfucker. So it was right at the front of that queue, didn't get filled. No big deal. Let's see if this wait for this to pull back, or if it pulls back. I mean, at the moment, I've got a partial exit here which will take me flat if it moves down. If it moves back, can add to it a little bit. But yeah, profit is a profit. It's more a case of looking for what the market can give you rather than to will your opinion onto it. Okay. That's looking very bearish. Might need to bail on this one. I mean, these two look like they're starting to converge again in terms of the move. So this, you can see this move here, it's gone down, pull back, come down like to double bottom to attack these lows. That can often be, I mean, technically a double bottom is like a reversal signal, but the way this has come into it, it's just mirrored this. So I'm just playing defense, really. Going to take these out as well, just to reassess what's going on there, or look for better opportunities. Galien traded last 2 races, 1 green, 1 red. So Galien break even overall. Oh, nice one, man. Yeah, I mean break even's better than making a loss at the moment. I'm slightly down on the day. So yeah. So 4.5. Let's have another look at that. Still got 20 minutes to the off. Just looking for other. I mean, I've made a tiny bit of green on this, but you know, I've upped the stakes. So this, whereas you know, with £2 stakes would have still been pretty poor with £2 stakes. Just need to look, just to keep in mind what I'm dealing with. So I started with 10s. I'm revising that down now to 5s. Just because of the bank I'm working with and my objective. So alright, what's the support on this? So this is just above 4.5. So breaks of this support might be of interest, which I believe is probably 4.7. The reason I'm always hesitating on these is because it's just it's annoying because I can't get actual exact reads for what the numbers are. So it's a guesstimation. So it does look like it's breaking support. So shorting this would be viable, but I'd prefer to see some bullishness from some of these other ones. How long we got? 18 minutes. All right. I'm gonna try with this. Okay, so got a field on that. Field on one, had to touch on the other. So I think on this one, rather than attempting to go for a breakout, so it pushing past its previous, popping peas there, moving past its previous support, these lows here, I think going for more conservative at support exit would be more viable. Just because this is the way these two have converged, you know, it's not ideal for what I want to see. I want to see divergence. It's got £10 overall skin in the game, potentially getting another 5 to make it 15. again, if this all goes tits up, I'm not embarrassed by that. It's because the whole important thing about this is just to be completely transparent to myself, not really to anyone else, but to myself. You can't hide from making bad decisions. I'm recording everything that I say before I do it. So if this goes against me, then take responsibility for that, and then if it goes in my favor, also take responsibility for that as well. But yeah, I'm sure some people may get inspired for that. I know that would have been one of the things that would have been useful over the years for me, at least. It's just to see someone actually do more trading, because you hear people talk about shit all the time, and falsified statements and all that stuff, but very rarely do you actually see someone walk the walk. So any mistakes here, I'm not purporting to be a guru or an expert at this, but it is I found it useful at least to have a record, and I'd encourage anyone else doing this, if depending on how you trade, I can only speak for myself, this has been useful to record stuff. Don't have to publish it to the world, just have it there as a record for yourself, so you can look back on and see your progress. So he's still got 15 minutes to the off, still holding on to his position. Looks like it's gone into resistance of previous support here. So this could see this. This is starting to edge lower though. Shite. This has gone into previous resistance, which could mean it comes back to attack these lows. But I'm just looking at this. Looks like it had edged lower, which is not going to help this position. You can see how it's moving off on me now. So it could come back now to find support back at fives. Or it might not. It might just, just continue on up to the moon. But the deciding decision here is what I do about handling this position, because it's going against me. I've got to try and understand what the market's trying to tell me to position around it. So might want to split those 4.8. Yeah, I feel it's come back into fives. It's just going to find support off of that. Ugh, do the right thing, fuck's sake. So see, the right thing here is basically to assume that fives is acting as support and at least reduce the position, reluctantly, because I just want to hold on to it to see if it's gonna come back and break support again, break fives to move lower, which it could do. But rather than do what I feel, I've got to listen. How long got? 12 minutes 45 seconds. And at least this way I can still make the decision before the market makes a decision for me. You've got to chase a position, or take it to the wire until in play. Those kind of stupid things, which are things I don't want to do. So I've tried to get filled. I'm trying to eke out an extra tick of this off of what I'm deeming is the support of fives. I'm even favouring potentially going long on this now, if there's enough time. Alright, I'm going to scratch it. Take the hit there. So I've scratched it. Carrying a loss. Still got 11 minutes 45 seconds to go. here's what I'm gonna do. Like, and this is the thing. If I was too emotionally involved with that and being fuck you, I hope you come back down and get get me filled at the price I want, then oh, hang on, let me just. What is that? What is the reference off of that? Broken 5. Oh, it's another one where I can't take the reading. All right. Seen this bullishness here, especially as it approaches 5s here. Anticipate this could, bounce and move higher still, but it's the bearishness on this that's been of interest to me. But I want to get a decent fill on it. 10 minutes. It's starting to drift still, isn't it? Try and get a position. I mean, got reasonably good position on this, and then a not so good one. So halfway through the queue on this to get filled. Hmm. 9 minutes. Just keeping an eye on my periphery on this one, and obviously trying to get filled on this one. It's just banging off of that support. See how long that's consolidated for. So it's just finding hard resistance now of just above, I guess 5.2. So I've got filled on this one. So I've got some skimming in the game. Do I really want to go for 5s on this? Let's put in an order there, get some Q position. So I've got £10 net stake overall. That might be a bit too heavy given what the price is doing. We've got 20 overall. So we've got some adverse price movement here. You can see this is starting to just roll over and creep higher now. So charts slowing up, updating, but it's coming to its previous lows and it's hitting resistance. Not going to panic too yet, because not going to panic too much yet, just because it's not. There's still good context for at least to attack the lows again. But again, it's just trying to listen to what the price is doing. And this, as this at least this most recent move is inverse to this, and that's broken fives as well. So this has come in and consolidated. This has gone up and consolidated. So I need to see some. It's creeping still lower. I need to see some bearish movements soon. So just under 6 is this holding as resistance there. How long? 5 minutes.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Seeing this move up out the corner of my eye, which is helpful. Obviously this has started to move down. But running low on time. 20 quid to lay off. Just reducing the position there. So I've got £15 to lay off now. Just out the corner of my eye, seeing that push up. 3 minutes to go. So decent signs of bearishness on this, but it's just a bit late in the game really for for management of this. Could be some very erratic moves very soon, and I lose the ability to have to make more rushed decisions or just take worse prices because time's a factor, or more of a factor. Okay, so I was able to, obviously had this loss initially, I was able to reduce that by this one, but yeah, one of the reasons not to, I mean, I didn't panic there, obviously it had gone, there's that negative kind of excursion, it had gone against me, and if I'd held out till now, certainly would be in the money now, but it's just managing that risk really, and not panicking, just trying to listen to what the actual fundamentals or the technicals, I should say, of the market are telling me. So there was good reason to hold on to that, but could have been a lot better, could have been a lot worse. So read up on that and move on to the next one. So and if you are watching here on Twitch, I am thank you for watching firstly, and I am on YouTube as well. I update this daily, so if anything you miss here, you can rewatch on YouTube and see my progress over the last 32 days or so. So next one here we've got at might be okay, it's 16 minutes to go. Right, cool, decent amount of time. Tight book, decent amount matched in terms of volume. So check. Got favorite odds on. Come in, found its lows here. Looks like it could be attacking those lows again to potentially continue with a steam. Second favorite at 6s here. Drifted and then very deep pullback, and then it's just attacking these highs again, potentially to find resistance or break. Third favorite is a bit flat, but let's see what we can do with this. So 2 and 1.75, so it's about 1.8 something. So just trying to get a reference point for what that support is in this chart, or a guesstimation of what it is. I missed that. Galien. So you're trying my approach recently, but closer to the off. Cool, man. Yeah, that's helpful for you. Great. I hope that's working. Definitely nearer to the off is something that I'd like to bring into the repertoire a bit later on. But yeah, for now, I think it's just I found a sweet spot, at least with the lower stakes. Trading further out. But yeah, definitely that's something I'll be interested in looking into, nearer to the off trading. So the next one I'm looking at here, what we got? So 7s, so it's come into 7. So these lows here, 7s could be support, so breaks lower than that might be of interest. Not gonna lie, this one's it's a bit hard to read this one, just because of the price levels. But I guess I'm bearish on this overall, but just wary of any breaks like this previous what would be 2s, I guess. Any pushes past that higher might be you know, the potential long position, but I'm still bearish on this. That resistance is holding up us at 2s. 13 minutes to the off. I mean, I'm tempted to short the favorite here, but what I'd prefer to see is just some signs of, you know, individual bearishness, or individual bullishness, or you know, bullishness on aggregate. So everything kind of drifting out to help strengthen the decision to short this. But I'm not really seeing that at the moment. So yeah, I'm holding off on that for now. $12 minutes to go. Still haven't placed a position. Those lows are getting higher though, as it approaches 2s. does feel more like a drift. His favourite feels a bit more like a potential drift now. Whereas I was, very bearish on this before. Changing that to slightly bullish. But just want to see some signs that, one of these might be able to break lower or move lower to give credence to taking a long position on that. But you can see how my decisions just flip-flop based on what I'm seeing in the price action. So, I'm not falling in love with any particular trading on it. Okay, right, so I might see a break low on one of these now. That massive shift there. Sorry, a break higher. See this shifting in. I'm late to the party on that. So I'm just trying to buy something that's near, had struggled passing through a high, but get on it at a decent price. So I'm looking at this one. It's kind of near resistance, so I'm anticipating this could break based on this moving down lower. Hasn't actually moved anything as of yet. It's a very big field, isn't it? It might be one of these outsiders. That is coming in hard. Just reduce that. That wasn't matched. I just reduced the position slightly. Let's try and take a scalp out of that. This resistance is holding, and this is persisted in. So I anticipate, at least, even if it doesn't break, it should hold around these highs. Okay. So, yeah, not an amazing amount of green, but you can't really think that way. Yeah, it has edged higher as well. All right, I'm going to add to it. Okay, so a couple of scalps on that. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at the next one. so let's have a look at the next one here, which is 32 grand matched. 16 minutes to off. Immediate springs to my attention here. This has come in very hard at its lows. So potential shorts on that. This here looks like it's broken its support here to move lower towards. I don't know what number that is. I'm guessing 14s is its support. Right. Just having a quick look off a screen here. So. Yeah, so far had a 49p profit, 98p profit, £2 and £5 loss, break even, an 88p loss, and I think there's a 29p profit to come in. So that's around about 120 something, £1.20 something down on the day. Well, yeah, that's no big deal. It's just getting used to the new staking system. I did start out 10s, now using 5s as the baseline stake, which feels a bit more comfortable. But we've got here 9s, I think, as a support. Oh, what's going on? 9s is a support. So a break of 9s might be of interest. I mean, there is this area here just below it that it could meet again. But break of 9s might be of interest if we see some. In fact, no, a bounce of 9s would be of more interest because that would correlate to this breaking lower. 2.5. Okay. 2.52 is the support on that. Starting to roll over. Yeah, just it's a bit wait and see now. Still got 13 minutes, but I mean, this passing past this kind of 2.52 area lower is potentially of interest, but it could be attacking these highs again, which would be confirmed if there's like a sharp movement up in this and a break of 9s here lower. That could be useful to short this. Mm. 12 minutes until the off. And again, just regardless of the stakes, it's always just important to keep, be aware of concentration that might be drifting or just continue to try and make the best trades possible. It's not the money that's important at this point. It's just, trading well. and it's very easy to let concentration drift. Just a blink of an eye, all hard work can be just unraveled by a stupid trade. So 11 minutes still. Support is still holding, he says, as it bounces, so this might see some movements down here. It's getting trickier to read this one because it's consolidated for so long and there's such a small range. Can't see any ticks move up or down. Chart's lagging here, but it's pulling back, so might see some movement down here or in one of the other ones. Okay. Just trying to get some skin in the game in anticipation that we could see some bearishness continue with this and some bullishness. See this pull back, maybe to meet as high as it could just go, it could just be a tiny pullback, but that's the premise. Just try and get position on that. So got a little bit of skin in the game, trying to get a bigger position. Put this in as a just preempting, just to I don't really want to get filled there. Okay, I'm going to take it out. I was preempting it in case this got filled and then it moved and allowed me to partial exit. But I would prefer a heavier position here. Wait, let's think about that. Come on. Again. So good position in the queue on this at least now. I've put this in again just so that I've got it ready for a potential partial exit. But it was important I got filled on that one first, which is the reason I cancelled it initially. So £10 net position. Okay, just noticed that. Shit. So that's a bearish move there. This is consolidating. That doesn't really fall into the story that I'm trying to see. The market's jumped. I've got filled on all my open positions that I had there, so I'm carrying a heavier position. It's going adversely against me. No reason to panic just yet. Just gonna try and lighten it nearer. So it's pulled away and it's likely to come back and find support, but I can't just hope for that. Yeah, that move there was, that steaming in is helping push this out, and I didn't react to that quick enough, or didn't see it quick enough. £25, very heavy position. It's come into its previous lows there and finding resistance. 7 minutes to the off, so okay, let's just pay attention. Just going to try and lighten this a little bit. I need to scratch the entire thing. Right. 6 minutes. Taken one position out there at a great loss, if you like. Just trying to look for some signs of reversal. There are none really at the moment. Just kind of got a free run to potentially move higher. There is some pullback occurring. This here looks like it could be a lower high, which is still bearish, but certainly if it breaks that and starts to move past that previous lower high, that could help this. We are seeing some pullback now, so it's kind of a knee-jerk reaction it's had there, where it's pulled away and people just trying to pile on to, you know, lay and push the price higher. So it could be settling.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Looking at it, I mean, it occurred not long after this here. There was like 15 grand, is that? Or is that 1500? No, it's only 1500. Anyway, not long after it moved the market. But let's see what we can do here. 5 minutes see off, 20 grand to lay off. Okay, so that's broken its resistance, potentially making a reversal now. Same here. So it's attacking its lows again, which is why I'm, you know, holding out, at least for now. Chunk of money there. It's helpful. Helps push it down. Seemed serious as well because it's at front of the queue. But just need to be wary of what happens as if that evaporates. That big chunk of money can see, you know, other people try and jump in front of it, which will help push the money down, which is exactly what happens, thankfully. But you know, if that's fake, then it might just evaporate and you know, be in a start running up again. Or it might be real, get matched, and then there's nothing behind it, and it just starts running up. So, oh shit, still got 10 left. Come on, man. That was your chance to get out there. Chatting away. So, yeah, a bit of damage control there. That could have been a lot worse, as you saw from what the kind of negative excursion that it went on there. But again, it's just a case of trying not to panic, not add into positions unnecessarily, trying to see where the support resistance is in the market, where there might be a turning point, and then just being willing to take a loss. And if it does go too badly against you, all bearing in mind how much time you've got left. So yeah, taking a loss on that, but overall I feel like I traded that well, so I'm happy with that trade. Even though it's a you know, a losing trade, I've made a loss, I still feel that I've traded it well. So that's a winning trade in my opinion, even though it's a loss. So next one, let's have a look. 22 grand match, 12 minutes to off. But could be tighter. Not feeling this particularly. I mean, these two have had a slight drift in recent times. This one finding support off of threes, I think. Yeah. So support off of threes to move higher. This one I can't really read what support level is, but Yeah, these two correlated don't really help me. I mean, this has been coming in quite hard, so short of this might be of interest. Well, it hasn't been coming quite hard. It's been coming in recent price action into its lows at 8, I guess. So a break of 8s might be of interest. But the factor here is the time. So this has continued to go up while this is started to consolidate. What does that mean? What can that mean? Just going to hold fire for now. Break of 9s might be interesting on this. It's quite thin, but you can see it at least. A break of 9s could be of interest. Although these two are quite correlated, so a break on either of these might be of interest. Higher past their resistance. So these two look inversely correlated to this one, whereas these have gone up, kind of consolidate for a little bit, and this has moved down. That's now pulled back. Let's get a reading on that. 8. 8 is down there. It's drifting a bit harder now, this one. Fuck, but so is this. Nine minutes left. Okay, this does feel like it's on a slight, like a gentle drift. Where's my reference point? Under 2.5. Okay, we'll try. Probably a bit late on this. Oh no, okay, might get a fill. Okay, got a fill. Trying to add to it. So seeing this come in slightly, and this obviously break its previous highs, gives me the context to get long on this. So it's come back down, finding support off of what was this previous resistance. So this has started to drift though. Constantly changing conditions. So yeah, got to be a bit deeper. Look at that chunk of money. Shit, I'm behind that money as well. £15 to lay off. I'd be happy to hold this, but it's just this, the way these two have just doing the same thing. Just it's a bit unnerving. I'd want these to be doing opposites, so that's why I've played a bit more of a defensive game and moved down some of that position or the profit expectation to get out. Especially with this one is here, this level that I'm trying to get matched on, my positioning isn't great. I'm at the back of this queue almost to get matched. So I'm just thinking it's not a case where it just ticks into it and I'm likely to get matched immediately. There's some money that needs to get matched first before I do. Yeah, it's still drifting, isn't it? Oh, reluctantly I'm going to do this. Bring down that profit target. market just while I still can, at least 6 minutes to the off. So kind of revise my and it's gone. Wow, they might be pulling it down, who knows, to come in at this level, but at least I've got better position on this now. But just need to be careful, this could be punching for new lows. Okay, got filled. And it is punching higher now, but hey, again, don't know what's going to happen, so play a defensive game. It's about how much is that? I've still got that loss to come through, so that's 145, 42.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
It's about
5 minutes.
135 down on the day. That's okay, that's all right. So then next one here, let's just see how I'm doing on time. 1 hour 42. So next one, got 14.5 minutes. Favorite fives, second favorite. Both these relatively flat, quite choppy. Third favorite here just springs to how the peripheral has moved in, but not much money matched on it. Very high odds. Got 33 grand match with 15 minutes to go. It's a decent amount. Book is, tight enough. So this broken resistance and it's punching higher, potentially, I guess, to attack these highs at whatever that is, 6s. So I might see a bearish move in something else. What can we do? What can we do? Just under nines. So this area here, about 8.8. Break of that could be interesting to go long. Nothing's screaming at me at the moment. So it could be very easy to just lose money in this or make shit up that isn't there. Read too much into it. Found resistance off of nines, so it's coming back now to its lows. It's because it didn't break nines. Might be a break of its lows at eights might be of interest. Breaking this support to move lower. And that's why I try not to preempt the breaks too much. So my phone's just blowing off. Sake. Yes, good not to so here I could be anticipating that this breaks here now and get on this short, or I could just try and fade trade the bounce, buy this support, but I favor waiting on the break just because there's more maneuverability, more profit potential too, rather than just buying off support or selling off of resistance in a channel. So both of these now, well, they're coming in to potentially break support. So a break of one and a bounce of the other would be a good confirming signal. So it's 5-2. So a break of 8s here and a break of 5-2 on this one. Alright, see if that materializes. 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go. So still enough time. This is readable. This is it's just catching my eye because it is just quite readable price action. It's a bit of a guesstimation on that exact price levels though. So there are a few things going on. Looking for breaks of lower on this one or this one, and contemplating this one. There's more money coming through on it. So this is edging lower, isn't it? Alright. Gonna go with one aggressive one out of the money. I'm gonna touch with this one. See if I can build this position. So this bounce here is useful. So I've had quite a few aggressive entries on that, or two at least. So it's anticipation that this could move lower, as these have found support. At least could see this move lower. Yeah, I think you have to be careful here. That might be too aggressive. Those ones at 5.2. No, what is that? 5.3. Let's take off some of that. Similar to what happened. Looking back, that was probably part of the problem last time in my last trade where I made a loss, where I'd had those out of the money orders that all got matched, and it took my net position up to about £25. So yeah, sometimes that can work in your favor, having them out of the money orders, but it can work against you. Like here, for example, I've got these out of the money. Should the price, all that money get taken away and moved down, I'll get decent profit in relative terms. But yeah. So this is the price's support, which I've got this price partial exit at. I've got £15 to lay off, so I'm going to take. Should this get filled, that'll bring me down to 10. Just thinking how to play with that though. Okay, I'm going to put that other order in there, and this is all on the premise of this getting, filled. This has to go first of all. Do I want to leave that in there? Probably not. No. So. This is encouraging. I mean, this is attacking these highs. So certainly break higher of that would be good. But it just finding resistance and pulling back Coming back inside the range would not be so good. Halfway through this queue. Okay, that's got filled. Just being slightly more aggressive on the at least for me on the exit here. So not as defensive. To go for an extra tick there. And this one is here. Let's see if we can get filled. Okay, so got filled and flat. Alright, so that's a better result. So that's a profit. Again, just trying to not let the losses of the day so far dictate how I trade going forward. But okay, yeah, happy with that. 5 minutes off. It's a bit too close for me to consider any new positions, so I shall move on. 26 grand match, 15 minutes off, 101 book. These are decent enough training conditions. Favorite at 2s. Come in, consolidate a bit, pulled away, come back, now attacking those previous lows and finding support. It's got a pullback. Second favorite, I mean, overall bearish on this. Found lower highs, lower lows. It's pulled back potentially to attack these lows again, but just need to let that, you know, settle a bit more, because that is yeah. Let me just see what. That's why I try and get a heartbeat for the market before doing anything, because it's not always abundantly clear what to do. But the third favorite here looks quite interesting, because this is steamed in persistently here, and it's at its lows. Let's see if I can get a read off of what that number is. Just above 5s. So guessing 5.3. So this is my so this coming in has caused these to drift, or vice versa, who knows. But yeah, I think shorts on this is probably my favored position. Have I got enough context for this though? It's broken support now, that doesn't help. So seeing a drift on this, but this is coming in. So I mean, getting on this is viable, getting long on this, but I'm just struggling to see a reference point that I can use in the price to get long. And these charts obviously lag as well, so there's the hesitation there. I think this is punched lower, isn't it? Might be late. Let's do an aggressive one there as well. Okay, so got some skin in the game. Wouldn't mind some more, but at a decent price. So what's going on? Listen. This is still drifting. This is still drifting. Okay. So I'm happy to be short on this still. So £15 net. Is 20 pushing it? Okay, so I've got £20 net position. Too late now to decide anything other, because the market has decided for me. But gonna persist with these positions and put some partial exits in. See if we can make some green on this. So it has pulled back, but not reversed yet. So could see it come back to attack these lows at around, where's the lowest it's gone? 4.8. Gotta be smart on that. So okay, yeah, we'll do that. It's drifting hard though. This is coming in hard, which is, you know, helping this to drift, which doesn't help me. I feel like this position might have been a bit too overzealous in terms of size, going in at 20 quid. But it's coming into its resistance here, is its previous highs. So a break of that wouldn't be great, but it gives a reference point at least that we could see the price fall away from there. Put all my orders in there to exit. So it is a heavy position. Still encountering that resistance. This is still coming in. So the market at the moment is you know, it's going against me. The signs aren't good, but this is at least still coming into support, where you can see this start to drift, and this is at least still coming into resistance, where we could see the price fall away again. Just trying to be patient, try not to panic. Listening to what the market's doing, seeing just out my peripheral, this did have some moves up, but still nothing convincing. How long? 8 minutes to the off. Always got to keep an eye on, you know, how much time's left. Looks like it could be finding support now, which may not be of help, but if it breaks that support at whatever level this has been trading, 5.3, maybe 5.4, that break could see it move lower to attack these lows again. But these are very similar situations at the moment. This has come in, found support. This has come in, found support. So what I'm hoping is that this finds support and actually moves away from it to attack these highs, and this breaks its support to move lower. Which will happen? Who knows? Dunno, mate. Dunno. Hmm. 6 minutes 45. Does look like it's attacking its highs again. Just a lot of consolidation in that recent price action. Chart's getting a bit harder to read now in terms of correlation and potential price action in the next moves, but 5 minutes 50 left. .5 minutes, so slightly more risky. You can see that big jump there.
This
5 minutes
event will
before
start
the off.
in 5
More money
minutes.
is going to come into
5
the market.
minutes.
So it's become a bit more erratic. So even less predictability, if you like, to the price. Let's see how this favors my position or doesn't favor it. Doesn't favor it. So it's just starting to drift. 6 is still holding as resistance. Hasn't shown in the chart. There we go. It's late updating. You can just see how much more lively it is now because there's more money coming in. Like the last race finished, more money comes in. There's more volatility. So big chunks of money coming in to back that. Is outside the money. Right, let me just... I'm going to hold tight for a little bit longer just to see how this holds, but if it persists to pierce sixes, then, you know, it's a case of potentially just taking a bigger loss. No, just seeing out the corner of my eye, about 5 grand just persisted at the front there. All right. Reluctantly, just having to reduce some of this position. Just loads of money coming in to push this down. So, can't just ignore it, close my eyes. Yeah. So read up on that. So was making some gains to reduce the loss over the day, but had to read up on that to, you know, reduce, just to protect capital. I mean, it's a big, in the grand scheme of things, you know, something I'm going to need to do is revise, you know, how much I put into position. I think I was a bit too over leveraged, it's not leverage, is it? It's over invested in that. So I need to rethink how I'm gonna have position sizes going forward. I'm not displeased with the day. Obviously, it's a loss. First day trading with higher stakes. But yeah, needs some room for improvement. I'm just gonna have to tweak those in the coming days. But yeah, so in terms of profit and loss, let me just see what we've done today. So it's been 49p profit, then a 98p loss, £2.5. Sorry, start again. 49p profit, 98p profit, £2.5 loss, break even, 88p loss, 29p profit, 36p loss, 7p profit, and then finally £3.09 loss. So that puts me.
This event will start in 60 seconds.
Uh,
60 seconds.
So that's about £1.50. What did I say that was? 09. So £1.55. Sorry. Oh, can't even speak. £4.55 overall as a loss. So, bigger losses. But then at the same time, I'm taking bigger risks as well. I mean, how can I transfer that? So if I was using
this event starts in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
I guess divide that by 2.5. 5 divided by. So that would have been about the equivalent of a £1.82 loss compared to
10 seconds.
The old stakes that I were using at £2. Again, it's recoverable. It's no problem. But I still need to, dial in a few things before going forward. But I'll be here again tomorrow. So here on Twitch and then uploaded to YouTube afterwards. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. And hope everyone's training's going well as well. Take care. Bye.